أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإذا أخذنا ميثاق بني إسرائيل لا تعبدون إلا الله وبالوالدين إحسانا وذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وقولوا للناس حسنا وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة ثم توليتم إلا قليلا منكم وأنتم معرضون. From here to 86 number verse is the third address. The another bad habit of Bani Israel is mentioned in it: disobeying the poor commandment and committing the poor prohibitions, and in the end the penalty is with fear. وَإِذَا أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا وَذِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْيَتَامَى وَالْمَسَاكِينِ وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ ثُمَّ تَوَلَّيْتُمْ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا مِنْكُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ مُعْرِضُونَ. And when we took a covenant from the Bani Israel to worship none but Allah, and to be kind to parents and relatives and orphans and the needy, and to speak good words to people, and to establish prayer, and to give zakah, then except a few men, all of you have turned away, and you are always going to turn away. Wabil walidain, the first right belongs to Allah Ta'ala, the second right belongs to human beings. The first right among human beings is that of parents. Tawallaytum, run away through abandonment. Wantum murizun, you people have a habit of turning away. Ihsanan, this means speaking in a soft tune and spending money on them in parents as they needed. Husnan, it means those things that are beautiful in Sharia, that is speaking truth. It is prohibited in this verse, which is shirk in worship, and poor mission are mentioned. Verse number 84. This is another covenant. They should stop cruelty to the people, and there are two important prohibitions in it: an unjust killing is yusbiku dima, and the other is to force them out of their homes. وَإِذَا أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ لَا تَسْفِكُونَ دِمَاءَكُمْ وَلَا تُخْرِجُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِكُمْ ثُمَّ أَقْرَرْتُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ تَشْهَدُونَ. And when we took a pledge from you not to shed a blood among yourself and not to exile your people, then you confessed and you yourself a witness. These orders were in the Torah that you people will not do this work. Tashhadun, Shahada means knowledge, and these people broke these orders. Verse number 85. In this verse, there is a mention about breaking the promises and three ways to kill: throwing them out of their homes and helping each other in their sins. ثم أنتم هؤلاء تقتلون أنفسكم وتخرجون فريقا منكم من ديارهم تظاهرون عليهم بالإثم والعدوان. Then you are the ones who kill your people and drive out a group from among you from their homes and attack them with sin and in oppression. وَإِن يَأْتُوكُمْ أُسَارَىٰ تُفَادُوهُمْ وَهُوَ مُحَرَّمٌ عَلَيْكُمْ إِخْرَاجُهُمْ. And if they come to you prisoners, you give them ransom, even though it was forbidden for you to take them out. أَفَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِبَعْضِ الْكِتَابِ وَتَكْفُرُونَ بِبَعْضٍ فَمَا جَزَاءُ مَن يَفْعَلُ ذَلِكَ مِنكُمْ إِلَّا خِزْيٌ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ يُرَدُّونَ إِلَىٰ أَشَدِّ الْعَذَابِ وَمَا اللَّهُ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا تَعْمَلُونَ. Do you believe in one part of the book and deny the other part? Then whoever among you does so, the punishment for him is that he will be humiliated in this world and will be pushed into a severe punishment on the day of resurrection, and Allah is not unaware of it what you do. وَإِيَّاتُكُمْ أُسَارَىٰ تُفَادُوهُمْ. It means the Banu Qurayza was friendly with Aus, Banu Nazir was friendly with Khazraj and used to fight. They also killed their people of the book in the war, and even taking them out of their home. And if any of the people of the book from the opposing sects became a prisoner, then they would donate to release him and give ransom for him. If the people say that this is your enemy, so why do you release them? So they say to them, this is a commandment in the Torah. Then it is said that the murder and expulsion from homes are also forbidden in the Torah. So they say that because of the sect they follow some rules and do not follow some commands. We also have the order of udkhulu fis silmi silmi kafa. According to this verse, there is humiliation in this world and punishment in the hereafter for those who adopt such as an attitude. Tazwaharun, there is a reference to the fourth prohibition, but prohibition is also included in the charter. Wa muharramun is expulsion is a minor sin and also forbidden, but murder is a great sin. Khizyun, it is called shame and humiliation. It also includes taking jizya and deportation. Verse number 86. This is the completion of the first edicts through the rebuke and fear of the latter about the bad habit mentioned. أولئك الذين اشتروا الحياة الدنيا بالآخرة فلا يخفف عنهم العذاب ولا هم ينصرون. These are the people who bought the life of this world for the hereafter. So their punishment will be lightened and they will not be able to get any help. Al-Azab, the punishment that is distant, will remain in its state and will not decrease, although the punishment of some disbeliever will be light like a punishment of Abu Talib. There is a fourth address in the two verses after the 87th verse. It also mentions the deeds of these people, which are the denial of the prophets and the killing of the prophets. وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ وَقَفَّيْنَا مِنْ بَعْدِهِ بِالرُّسُلِ وَآتَيْنَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ الْبَيِّنَاتِ وَأَيَّدْنَاهُ بِرُوحِ الْقُدُسِ أَفَكُلَّمَا جَاءَكُمْ رَسُولٌ بِمَا لَا تَهْوَىٰ أَنفُسُكُمُ اسْتَكْبَرْتُمْ فَفَرِيقًا كَذَّبْتُمْ وَفَرِيقًا تَقْتُلُونَ. And verily we give Musa the book and sent messenger after him, and we gave Jesus the son of Mary sign and supported him with the Holy Spirit. Your heart did not want it, so you said stubbornly. Then you denied a party and killed a party. Qaffayna min ba'dihi. Ba'd is a reference to the coming times. Qaffayna, it is a reference the obedience of Moses, which the following prophet continued to do. Everyone continued to invite the message of Moses and the law, and among them was the lost prophet Muhammad sallallahu. Al-Bayinat, open and clear command of the Torah. Biruh al-Qudus, it means Jibreel alayhi salam. They were with Jesus from childhood to youth. Jibreel was with him when he was taken to the heaven. The Spirit is therefore called that it brings revelation, and a revelation is like a soul. Just a soul is necessary for a body, so a revelation is necessary for religion. Bima la tahwan pusakum, it indicates that a religion is up and against people's wishes. For fariqan, this description is arrogant into two ways. Taqtulu, so it is for the past, because even at that time they had the intention of killing the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is why the war future is mentioned. Rather, they are still killing the scholars. Verse number 88. In this verse, the method and cause of denial is mentioned. وَقَالُوا قُلُوبُنَا غُلْفٌ بَلْ لَعَنَهُمُ اللَّهُ بِكُفْرِهِمْ فَقَلِيلًا مَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. And they said that they are covered over our hearts. Rather, Allah has cursed them because of their disbelief, so very few believe. One meaning of this is to say that our heart is vessel of knowledge, full of knowledge, no need of your knowledge, as it is in Hamim Moment 83 number verse. On gulb, when it comes up, it means cover. When instead of sakun, the meaning of the wheel become that our heart in the wheel, so unable to understand your word, as it in Hamim Sajda verse number 5. La yuminun, it means that some commandments are obeyed and some are not, that is, they have little faith. Since full faith is required, such faith is not accepted, and it means that a few of them believe, most of them are disbeliever. Lanat, actually it is called distance, and said to be deprived of a special blessing of Allah, and lanat from the makhluk or people is called a curse. From number 89 number 91, there is the fifth address in it. It mentions the abomination of Bani Israel, that they knew the last prophet will but refused because of stubbornness. Then there is the conclusion in two words. Both these words are based on warnings. وَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ كِتَابٌ مِّنْ عِندِ اللَّهِ مُصَدِّقٌ لِمَا مَعَهُمْ وَكَانُوا مِنْ قَبْلُ يَسْتَفْتِحُونَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَلَمَّا جَاءَهُم مَّا عَرَفُوا كَفَرُوا بِهِ فَلَعْنَةُ اللَّهِ عَلَى الْكَافِرِينَ. And when there came to them the book from Allah, confirming what they had, and before that they used to ask for victory over the disbelievers, then when there came to them that which they recognized. It is if you deny Allah curse is on the disbelievers. وَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ. His meaning is hidden. They disbelieved. يَسْتَبْتِهُونَ. One meaning is that these uneducated people kept asking people about this last prophet. The victory is and the meaning of the knowledge. The second meaning is that about the sending of the last prophet asking for help, and this tradition was narrated by Ibn Kasir from Ibn Abbas, and this does not mean at all that Wasila asked on the prophet. This is the opposite of research, and it is not right to use as an argument. First of all, this practice belonged to the Jews, and it is narrated from Imam Abu Hanifa in the book of Hanafi jurisprudence. Asking as an abomination to the prophet or other creature or other makhluk or shirk are prohibited. These people were waiting for the prophet. Then they came to Medina because Moses has prophesied about the last prophet that would come to Medina. So they came here in this regard, and they knew 100% of the Prophet ﷺ that this is the last prophet, he is prophet. But since he came to Bani Ismail, he became a disbeliever because of his envy and stubbornness. Verse number 90, this is the conclusion of the previous two sermons, and a warning for those who are refusing because of stubbornness. بَيْسَ مَا اشْتَرَوْا بِهِ أَنفُسَهُمْ أَنْ يَكْفُرُوا بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ بَغْيًا أَنْ يُنَزِّلَ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ عَلَى مَنْ يَشَاءُ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ فَبَاءُوا بِغَضَبٍ عَلَى غَضَبٍ وَلِلْكَافِرِينَ عَذَابٌ مُهِينٌ. They sold their souls for a very bad thing, that they began to deny revelations of Allah, and depends of why he bestows his bounty on whomever he will among his servants, wrath upon wrath, and for the unbeliever is the punishment of humiliation. Based on Ashtarau, there are two explanations for this. One is Ishtarau means to sell and destroy, and the other is to buy and sell in their own opinions. Baqiyam, in the original dictionary it is called wrath or called demon, and where milis demon inappropriate thing are called here, and in this way it is in number 213 of this surah, in Surah Imran 16, in Surah Shura 15 in the verse. Min fadlihi, it means prophecy and revelation. The Jews said that this rights belong only to Banu Ishaq, as Muhammad is Arabi and from Banu Ismail are puzzle. The common meaning of the grace Fabau bighazabin means such more than that are only two angers are mean. The first is due to disbelief, and the second is due to rebellion and envy. When a punishment is mentioned with humiliation, it is special for the disbelievers because the punishment of hell are for the purification of a Muslim and not for humiliation them. Here the Azabul Muhin is special for the disbelievers. 91 number verse. This is also a warning. Those who differ believing in the book of Allah and the method it is debate that these people claim to believe in their book. Two proofs were established on them. First, yakfuruna bima wara'u, and the second is falima taqtulu. وإذا قيل لهم آمنوا بما أنزل الله قالوا أنؤمن بما أنزل علينا ويكفرون بما وراءه وهو الحق مصدقا لما معهم قل فلما تقتلون أنبياء الله من قبل إن كنتم مؤمنين. And when it is said to them, believe in that which Allah has sent down, they say, we believe in that which has been revealed to us, and we do not believe in that which is other than it, although it is the truth and confirming. Say then, why did you keep killing the prophets of Allah before this, if you are believers? Yakfuruna bima wara'u, this is the first argument, and the second, hujjat falima taqtulun wa huwa al-haq. In this verse, this is an accusation of proof against them that they believe the Torah because of its truthfulness. Then they should also believe the Quran. Falima taqtulun, believing it is contrary to killing the prophets. There is contradiction between the two. If there is an error, killing the prophets cannot be a violation of another, that is faith in the Torah. Now there is the sixth address from 92 to 96, and it mentions two of his great deeds. And then there is a rebuke on denying the book of Allah, and there are announcements. وَلَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ مُوسَى بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ ثُمَّ اتَّخَذْتُمُ الْعِجْلَ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ وَأَنْتُمْ ظَالِمُونَ. And Musa came unto you with clear proofs of Allah, yet while he was away, you chose the calf for worship and you are wrong doors. وإذا أخذنا ميثاقكم ورفعنا فوقكم الطور خذوا ما آتيناكم بقوة واسمعوا قالوا سمعنا وعصينا وأشربوا في قلوبهم العجل بكفرهم قل بئس ما يأمركم به إيمانكم إن كنتم مؤمنين. And when we took a covenant from you and raised the mountain upon you to hold fast to what we have given you and listen, they said, we have heard and we will not obey. And because of the disbelief in their hearts, they colored, whose law was broken. Say, if you are faithful, your path is altering you very badly. Said Samena when the mountain was raised, and said Ashwena after mountain came down. And some said that it is in the past, Samena on tongue, and said of Ashwena with heart are accepted at first and then rebelled later. The reason for disbelief in the words of Tawheed was the love of worshipping the calf in their hearts, which is shirk. And this is because of the love of the calf, because of the wrong position. Ushribu, it is exaggeration to be well saturated with drunken water, so that they picked up water is every organ, every cell, and the love of the calf. Ulbesama. This is also an objection. Their claim about faith in the Torah, since on one side there is the worship of none Allah, Ghairullah, and on the other hand there is faith in Allah, then there is contradiction. Verse number 94. In this verse there is a mention of Mubahila with the Jews. That means that if you people apologize on the truth, then to Allah humble yourself before the one who is a liar among us. May Allah destroy him in this way. Here in 80 and 81 their claim about Iman is mentioned. That is why it is mentioned here last. In Surah Jummah they claimed a wilayat. That is why the saints were mentioned here. قُلْ إِنْ كَانَتْ لَكُمُ الدَّارُ الْآخِرَةُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ خَالِصَةً مِنْ دُونِ النَّاسِ فَتَمَنَّوُا الْمَوْتَ إِنْ كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Say, if the home of the hereafter with Allah is exclusively for you and the people, then you wish for death if you are truthful. فَتَمَنَّوُا الْمَوْتَ. That means death, a liar. And this commentary is allied by Ibn Kathir and what has been rejected on the second interpretation. Verse number 95. The argument in this is certain from the news of Allah Ta'ala that these people are not the ones to do mubahila. They cannot do it. وَلَن يَتَمَنَّوْهُ أَبَدًا بِمَا قَدَّمَتْ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَاللَّهُ عَلِيمٌ بِالظَّالِمِينَ. They will never desire it at all because of the sin that their hands have sent forward, and Allah knows best the wrong doors. وَلَن يَتَمَنَّوْهُ. Desire is from the heart, but here it means asking with tongue. أَيْدِيهِمْ, it means the self, but most of the work is done by hand. That's why Aidi was mentioned. Verse number 96. This is another reason for denial. وَلَتَجِدَنَّهُمْ أَحْرَصَ النَّاسِ عَلَى حَيَاةٍ وَمِنَ الَّذِينَ أَشْرَكُوا يَوَدُّ أَحَدُهُمْ لَوْ يُعَمَّرُ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ وَمَا هُوَ بِمُزَحْزِحِهِ مِنَ الْعَذَابِ أَنْ يُعَمَّرَ وَاللَّهُ بَصِيرٌ بِمَا يَعْمَلُونَ. And you will find them more greedy for life than all people, and even those who are polytheists. Each of them wishes that they would have 1,000 years of life, and life will not save him from punishment, and Allah sees that they do. Ahrasunnas, every human who wants to live naturally, but the most in the desire is this is the of Jews. They is above all the efforts in research of them being done on how to increase the age. وَمِنَ الَّذِينَ أَشْرَكُوا. This refer to the Majus and the polytheists, those who do not believe in the belief of death and resurrection. 1,000 years as mentioned because at that time it was a famous prayer that you may live 1,000 years. The Jews had taken this habit from Majus. The part of monotheism has reached its end. Then the parts of prophethood will begin, inshallah. Ask Allah for true Tawheed. O dear Allah, forgive us for the mistake we have made. Give healing to those who are sick. Help those who are in presence and are their innocence. Pay the debts of those who are in debt from your unseen treasure. Give light to those who are darkness. Give children to those who are childless, and subjugate those who are disobedient. Give peace to those who are troubled. Grant us Al Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen. Jazakallah.